Hello and welcome to episode 2 of the Cricket Casuals podcast. Episode 2, season 2. This week we're sponsored by Serious Cricket, purveyors of all your cricket needs, kit, bats, equipment, anything like that. We're also sponsored by Just Initials, so head over to their website and use code CC10 for 10% off all your stickers to stick wherever you need to stick them. So I'm here with Aidan, John and Mutz, and this week we're also joined by Regina Suddahazai. She is Italy's foremost women's cricketer. Is that fair to say?
I guess, yeah.
we can claim it for sure. So thank you very much for joining us, Regina. We'll be chatting to her shortly about her career and her cricketing life. But obviously we need to start with England's continued horrific ODI form, losing quite easily against a team that didn't even make it to the World Cup. So what's the any initial thoughts on that?
I didn't watch it.
No, neither did I.
I mean,
probably the best. What was it on? It was on TNT, wasn't it?
Yeah.
BT or whatever you want to call it.
Formerly BT Sports, yeah.
So that's
caught the second innings, and I mean, Shihope batted well, but I think it was just a bit shocking from England, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I felt like it was more a case of England were bad than West Indies were good.
Yeah,
I know Shihope's a serious cricketer anyway, but I mean, he made England look a lot more ordinary. Well, probably about as ordinary as they're actually bowling, really. It was pretty disgraceful. I mean, where do you go from here? Do you think Butler's role's on the line?
I mean, I thought Mott and Butler should have gone after the World Cup. I was surprised that they've both got another series.
Yeah,
I'm really surprised one of them didn't pay for that World Cup.
I mean, West Indies is a notorious coach and captain graveyard for England teams.
Yeah.
So maybe they just wanted to stick to tradition. Can you in the West Indies when it's 30 degrees and warm? It's a bit nice to think. They get summoned to Edgbaston on a snowy Tuesday.
Yeah.
At least they batted first in the heat this time.
Yeah.
not just going 40-degree heat. We'll have a bowl, please, lads. Excellent.
Yeah.
But who was it? Sam Curran, worst bowling figures in England.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
He went for some, didn't he, in the last few overs?
I think it was 93, 96 he went for. Something like that.
Wow.
I know it was 0 for 98, I think, off his overs. Too short of a ton.
I'm just waiting for them figures on the Continent Cup. Sorry, just
mate, come on, mate. I've seen you bowl. You've got a golden arm. I've seen you bowl, mate. You've got a golden arm. You'll bag.
It's all right when there's no batter there.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll wind them up behind the stumps, and you'll turn them over
in the bowl offs. John's our secret weapon in the bowl offs.
We'll stick Aidan at silly point. It'd be fun.
No, I just thought this was a perfect time to roll out the stats, please, JT. How many wickets, please?
What overall?
Yeah, I thought you were close to a milestone.
Oh no, I got me 300 previous season. I'm on like 313. 313 or something now.
He has been playing for
24 years.
I'm
and only Sundays.
How many wickets have you got, Regina? Have you got close to that? How are you doing?
I can pull up Play Cricket. I think I've done actually quite all right. I can't tell you off the top of my head, but
I'm sure you can't.
That's a classic. Everyone knows their stats.
No idea.
That one.
Yeah, I know.
International wickets. I know how many I've got. I think I've got I've got 14 international wickets, and that's like.
Can we just mark this moment? Yeah, this is the first time that someone has said international wickets on our podcast.
Yeah, I was say.
I mean, come on.
I know how many international wickets I've got as well, and it is none.
I mean, it's pretty cool, but like as well, like in my head, obviously it doesn't seem that much, and I guess I haven't really played enough to like really say anything. But it's just. It doesn't seem real because I feel like the cricket that we play just like it. I've not really got to obviously play that high level yet, international cricket. So I feel like every wicket, I don't feel bad, but like I feel a bit like Yeah, would that really be a wicket if I was playing cricket in England? I don't really know, but I'll take it nonetheless because you know what? At least I've got a little cricket info page, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's really,
Have
really,
you?
really cool.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, I've got cricket
take
info
that.
up here.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Wow.
Don't look at cricket.
Right now, I'm looking.
The batting average is not very good on that, so I kind of.
It's probably better than
My
most of ours
batting
here,
average
to be
is not
honest.
very good on on our club website, so you know, at least, do you know what I mean? I'd rather have it on the cricket info.
This is a
I was
safe
like-
space for poor averages, Regina. Don't worry.
Definitely.
Okay, all right, that's fine then. That's all right then. I mean, I have to say, play cricket. Oh, I'll whip up play cricket any day. That's fine. Do you know what? It's built up over so long. I can't really look bad anymore. But
I can tell you now, play cricket is one of those most humbling experiences, especially that email where it told you your rank in the country.
You got no wickets this week, and you scored.
I didn't realise that there was 44,000 cricketers in the country that were better than me. Now I do.
I mean,
Yeah,
whoever thought that up needs sacking. That's disgusting. I hate it's like you just get over it. Like you have a terrible weekend, and then on Tuesday that email drops in just from you just get reminded again. It just triggers you all over again.
yeah.
Do
you guys?
Sorry.
Do you guys have like club fantasy cricket or anything like that?
Yes,
We have.
yes.
We did used to 1 year for a few years, but we haven't done it for a long time. It basically depended on one person doing all the stuff for it, and they stopped doing it. So,
I mean, I have to say, I think that is probably the most like humbling thing ever. Because when you go on a Saturday and you go and play cricket, and then you get a duck, and it's like the minus 20 points, and then you have everyone who's like put you in their team and turn around like, what happened? You're like, I don't know, just didn't see it.
It did all sorts.
I will blow my own trumpet now in terms of that. I had a stinker of a season, but at least it keeps you like interested in like being around the club. You're like, all right, I've picked so and so. How is he doing? And of course, somebody ended up winning it this year because I was an absolute badger. Friday night, I was like, right, who is at training? Who's injured? What team they're going to be in? I was like, oh, they're playing bottom of the league, and I was like, I was all over it, smashed it. But
using nets to scout.
Yeah, thanks for setting me up for that one, Regina. Cheers.
Like, look, who's been really good, or like who's due a day? You know, when they've got like 4 ducks in a row, you're like, oh, do I risk it?
But that's when when you get back into the bar after we've got 3 teams, and sometimes you don't see them play. Like I never got to see the third team play this year, just because like our games are like miles apart. But you get back to the bar and someone's like, oh yeah, I took a 5 for today, and you're like buzzing, got you in my team. That's like 60 points, excellent. And I think you just like, if you can get someone like JT said to actually do all your admin for a fantasy league, definitely do it, because it ends up just being like such a good club thing.
Oh, it's brilliant.
See, I've got a different view on
it. A lot
it.
of pressure.
I've got a completely different view on it. I think it just promotes people playing on their own and not playing for the team. And anything like that does my absolute nutting. And I'll say it on the pitch, obviously. We did it for a year, and I just it completely didn't get involved.
The captain could just bring on all the people who's picked in his bowling lineup.
In his team.
Just not bowl anyone else.
So what we play? Are we playing the other team, or are we playing each other? Trying to get anyway. That's just my.
So you're going to
be interesting.
You're telling me, Mutz, that now we're going to have
I've got about 4 ducks that season.
Yeah.
I think that's what kicked it off. I think I had about 4 ducks. I was whatever, minus points and that, and then so that was my attitude. Sorry.
I mean,
I'm old.
we are getting a Content Creators Cup Fantasy League thanks to Cricket Draft, so that's in the works.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that'll be set up. Mutz will be picking all the players we're playing against.
Pressure.
Oh, that's actually so cool. I met the guy who runs Cricket Drafts. He was at like Cricket District did a Sixers event in Brighton. So, and I lived very near to Brighton, so I was like, I'm gonna go. And I met the guy from Cricket Drafts, and he's such a nice guy. He was like, telling me like all about it and like why he created this stuff. And his partner was very good at cricket as well. I must say, she was hitting a couple. So I think cricket just runs around in that couple. There you go.
Oh, nice.
They need a sixes up near me. I've been every time they put a post out. I'm like, we need one in Lincolnshire. Come on, because I'm not. It's miles away from me. I think the nearest
It's not
one's
McDonald's,
Leicester.
mate.
Hey, hey.
It's not McDonald's. You're unlikely to get one in Lincolnshire, mate.
No, we will.
I mean,
If I keep petitioning it, we'll get one.
I feel like Sixers HQ don't exactly throw a dartboard at a map of the UK. And
No,
go,
no,
we'll
no, I know. But if I keep saying it, we might get one. Hint, hint. Say it
What's
now on the
the one in-
podcast and send it to him.
Is the one in Leeds?
No, it's Leicester. I think it's the near.
There's Nottingham, isn't there?
There's-
Leicester, Nottingham.
Is it Nottingham?
I'm sure Nottingham's got one. Yeah, because I think it's near Trent Bridge.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna
Are we,
look.
are we
now.
making a sort
We're
of
doing a-
sly stealth
Yeah, we're doing a-
sponsorship bid
Oh
here?
yeah, we're
Sixers.
giving them a lot of airtime.
Is that what we're doing
already.
here?
Get in touch.
Does Ben Stokes, he owns it, doesn't he? Is
Yeah,
that right?
part of
Or
it,
he's
yeah.
got part of it.
Has he?
Okay.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
for-
yeah, I think so. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
the forecast, because it's
Yeah.
part of the forecast, and they do have part ownership of it. Yeah.
I mean, on that,
Yeah.
Anyway.
there's a lot of cricketers own obviously a lot of cricket related
Yeah.
businesses. I didn't know the Barmy Army was the Root family for ages.
I didn't know
For
that
real?
till
Did
just
you,
now.
did you not?
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that at all, man.
Because
Well,
it's like
Yorkshire. Yeah.
they played Dan, obviously from our cricket's just
Yeah.
done that Barmy Army thing.
yeah.
Billy Root was
Billy
in
Root
it,
was in
who's
it, yeah.
obviously a county championship
Yeah.
player. And then you go and look at it, and Barmy Army their like parent company is called like Enterprise, who then also do the Root Academy, and it's Joe Root's dad or something. It's
Yep.
like no wonder
family
wonder
fair.
they're so successful.
Yeah. Cricket is such a small world, though, if you think about it. Like the amount of people that you meet, and then like you start bringing up names, and then someone's like, "Oh, I know that person." You're like, "How? I never met you
Yeah.
before."
Especially between clubs. Like there's a few
Yeah.
players at our club, and it's like I'm like a local small village club in Yorkshire, and it's like there's 7 or 8 clubs within like a couple of miles, and pretty much you play cricket for like 10 years here, and you'll play for all of them once.
Yeah.
It's so everybody knows everyone. It's like
Yeah.
you're always, but it's nice because there's beef. Like there's always somebody who like, somebody on the team's a bit of a dick, or somebody who's like got history with a certain member of the team, and it's nice to sort of get one over on them. So it helps to fuel the rivalries, but yeah, it does seem a weirdly small world for like an global sport.
Yeah. And like I mean, so where I work, I remember I worked with this person for ages and I didn't really know who they were. And then one time they just said, "Hi, Regina," and then I realized that we'd literally played cricket against each other since we were like 5 years old. I was like, had no clue. I'm so sorry. And then like you start listing off people that you know. They're like, "Yeah, I know that person. I know that person." Like, never would have thought that would come out your mouth. But yeah.
My
That's
favourite
wild.
one's when you go on a night out after a game and you go out as a club and then you see another club
That's on the
out,
club.
and then you're like, oh shit. There was one good one from the middle of the season where we were like I've said on here before, we had 2 wins all season, and the captain of the other club was trying to sign everyone from our club. So we all got back in the group chat at like 3 o'clock in the morning, go, "Oh, have you just signed for so and so?" Yeah, it's trying to sign me.
The
It's
team
like,
swap.
all right, lads, calm down, because he signed literally everyone. He's obviously pissed out of his mind.
Yeah.
I like that.
No, it's
But
pretty
what
cool.
I
So
like,
oh, sorry, carry
go
on.
on, carry on.
Oh no, well I made a video on TikTok, and it was like a B reel, and the second bit of the B reel was like this cricket game this cricket ground that we play on, and we play on them we play against them like every year. And I just remember in the comments all these people were just like, "Is that Hursley Park? Is that Hursley Park? Is that Hursley Park?" And all the people from Hursley Park then come on, they're like, "Oh my god, that's Hursley Park." They're like, "Oh my god, that's outside." Like they just like they start listing like your club, and you're like, "Oh, this is really weird now. This is a bit awkward." You know who I am.
You find out, identified.
Yeah.
You
And you
identify
also-
everyone.
Also find out how well your ground's like respected in the local area. Oh, it's that shithole again.
Well, you
Yeah.
say that. You say that. Just so people know, Woodall Spa won the Lincolnshire Award for the Ground of the Year. Just so that's where we're playing. Obviously, the Content Cup.
Well done, Woodall Spa, CC. I'm sure.
Can't wait to visit.
I'm sure the 2 creators who are involved in the club didn't have anything to do with that. A
No,
little bit of-
no. It's not the hard work of the ground staff. To be fair.
Yeah,
that's a big finger to point
I mean,
in.
it looks beautiful. It looks lovely.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen enough of it,
Yeah,
haven't we, on
it looks
the
gorgeous.
And
YouTube channel.
we're having the nets redone as well during the winter, so we're gonna have brand spanking new outdoor nets as well. So
I'm just excited to play on a pitch that's flat, to be honest.
I don't know. I'm asking. I'm
And
asking the ground.
and I've seen your pitch as well.
Yeah, I know.
mate, isn't it?
Absolutely, it's like a little bowl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to know where I am on the outfield. I'll be like, bloody hell.
You've got one leg. You got one leg short on the
Yeah.
other. That's why.
Yeah.
Still at square leg for 10 years.
There has been one catch I've taken in the outfield where I've been stood at the top of the hill and just slid all the way down and just like caught it like, as I was just in my lap as I was slipping down. I was like, you'd never be able to do that on a flat pitch, but
No.
it's all about home ground advantage. You don't chase the ball straight. You do a little curve around the bottom of the hill, and it will just slope round at the top and just roll back down to you.
Yeah,
So you
Like
just,
on a golf course.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
wait.
I don't do chasing of the cricket ball now.
Gonna say,
Yeah.
if we get
It's a
if we get the-
well guided point to the junior who's fielding near
Mate,
me and
I've
go,
got that one as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Are you in the
Definitely
slips
do
now,
that.
John?
No,
Are you
I
in the
can't catch
slips?
to save my life. So don't.
That's
He's a
what-
mid on.
Short fine leg.
Mid on.
Short fine leg. Short fine
Short
leg. Mid
fine
on.
leg?
Mid on. Mid off. Yeah, well, no, because then I can still. There's normally a junior at square leg. I can still go to him. Go on, off you pop.
Yeah, fair.
Off you pop.
Off your pop.
Do-
Go on,
do you
save
ever-
that too.
Do you ever do like the little like kind of like half and half chase? Look.
Oh,
like
I'm gonna make
and
it
then
look
go,
a bit
"Oh,
like it. Yeah,
no,"
it's a
Just
skill.
like stumble, just
It's
as
an
it goes
art.
past you.
You couldn't quite get there.
Oh no.
So
We're
you've
gonna
got
have to get
zones.
our draft pick right, aren't we, for the Content Creators Cup? We're gonna have to pick some youngsters.
Oh, we're screwed.
Yeah.
We're absolutely screwed.
Yep.
There's no the four of us, right? Are basically the worst cricketers out of the 40 people out there. No offense to the four of us.
None taken.
Right, but we're probably the worst cricketers out of everybody.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
It's when I'm watching other people's content and they're like fishing it around the park or bowling absolute seeds, and I'm there like, oh dear, maybe I've kind of overdone this. Like, gonna rock up to my own tournament and look crap.
Mate, if you do not fix the draft, I'll be very, very upset.
You
need
can't
to-
fix
yeah.
the
I
draft.
have to fix the draft.
You can't fix the
What?
draft.
Oh, he's already doing it. Isn't he? Look, he's ivory. Oh, cool. I shouldn't have said anything. We'll
Like
cut
I
that
said,
bit out.
I've been very open and honest and said we're getting first pick in the draft. So, you know, we can have the pick of any of the players that aren't, you know, pre-selected. And we obviously already pre-select the teams of like the 4 spaces.
Yeah.
So the
I mean,
bat
on
and the
your-
bowler,
on your head
yeah.
being
This
that-
when I
on your
find
head
out I'm
be
not in the
that.
cricket casuals anymore.
Yeah, John's been canned.
Have been dropped.
What are the captains of the other teams? So I know it's Cricket Casuals, Cricket District. What are the other two?
So content creators is Dan.
Yeah.
And then we've got Serious Cricket, which is Hinders.
Oh, okay.
So we will be doing because we do have a YouTube video coming out hopefully next weekend where we'll do a nice little announcement for Serious Cricket being involved, and obviously Hinders leading the side, so that'll be a nice little.
You know, he's a Prem player as well. You know that he's about
Oh,
40 something, and he's a Prem player, so he's going to be
Yeah.
absolute.
But and not giving away spoilers, but he didn't win the bowling competition, did he, when we played up there?
He's a nice guy, and he kind of let us get.
He
on
did
with
not
it.
win the bowling
Yeah.
competition.
He did not win the bowling. No, he's a top bloke. But like, all of them at Serious Cricket are top blokes, aren't they?
Yeah.
Tom as well, and then
Yeah.
everyone involved up there was just made the day quality, to be fair. And we will hopefully be going back, won't we?
Yes. That's the
Early
plan.
next year. Get a little bit of training in. We've got
Why,
to improve
is there something you want to improve, Aidan? Is there
Mm,
something you?
everything,
Batting,
mate.
batting, bowling,
Cricket.
fielding.
His use
You're
of
holding a
the,
few resentments.
he also needs to practice his use of the bowling machine.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. We're on this one, are we, again?
No. Just note, Regina. He likes to bowl it short at me. It was a number 11 bat, and I don't play the
You
ball
were
very
pinging
well.
him though, mate.
Yeah, but only 'cause he-
Pinging him. I would have literally wrapped.
He also
I would have
pinged
probably
me
thrown
as
a bat
well.
at him, but-
But we'll see that. That's coming up in a video soon.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
the thing-
number 11 bat in your team. In the team I play in, you're sort of middle to top order.
We are sproppers.
Okay.
Oh dear me. Someone called my content H grade cricket. I normally get 9th grade, but I got H
H
grade.
grade.
H
Oh my
Yeah, I don't know.
gosh.
Yeah, H grade. I was like, that's all right, H grade, all right.
It's better than Z grade, isn't it? Better than Z.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. I think, yeah,
You're the first half of the alphabet.
it's the 9th one, isn't it? 9th grade.
Winners win.
Yeah. Do you want to?
I mean, we've got 7 minutes. I wanted to talk about quickly Mitchell Johnson calling out David Warner, our friend of the pod, David
Oh
Warner.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
We'll do that
Of
quickly,
course, your
then
best
we'll move on
friend.
to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on then, Aidan, jump to his rescue.
Go on,
Next
no,
guest, yeah.
He's planned next week.
So he's
But
returned.
no,
So we've obviously heard about Mitchell Johnson calling out David Warner on. Well, it's been put all over socials, and obviously Warner being a friend of the pod due to Aidan. I've heard that he's retiring during the winter so he can get a spot in the Content Cup, but that's just rumours.
Just rumours.
that is just rumours because he has signed an IPL deal now, so
Oh, was
he
he?
might be
Oh,
unavailable.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh,
But what's your
Woodall
thoughts?
Spa or India? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Woodall Spa all day long. So what's everybody's thoughts on it? Do they think he's right, Mitch Johnson?
Yeah. Why is he getting a hero's bloody farewell when he's bloody cheap?
It is right. I don't think he should be. I think it's right that he has a send off. I don't necessarily think it's right that he's been allowed to choose when that is. I always thought the way he'd go would be like more of a benefit game, like used to. Sort of like you had like a David Warner testimonial sort of thing in the off season. I think but I mean, he's played cheating and just general dickishness notwithstanding. He's played for what? How long has he opened the batting for Australia for? Nearly a decade.
Yeah.
He started quite late, didn't he? He came on about 24, 28. He went up the ranks quite quickly, if I remember rightly.
And he has been a run machine. I mean, he's like, you can't dispute that he's one of the best opening batters of a generation.
Oh, yeah, he's an exceptional
beast.
Obviously
a filthy cheater as well, but, the two aren't mutually exclusive.
I think the problem with it was that I think what Mitchell Johnson is sort of alluding to, I don't know if he said it directly, was that it wouldn't have happened if David Warner wasn't playing. And David Warner did not take any responsibility. He just let everyone else.
Bancroft and Smith take the fall, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Smith is obviously an emotional, you know what I mean? Bit of a,
well,
yeah, he was, wasn't he? He was in pieces about it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, it's a hard, I mean, he's a gun, isn't he, Warner? And the way he plays, he does everything like that. It's, you see, what you see is what you get. He wears this thing on his sleeve, doesn't he? So, do I expect any different from him to do that if he could do?
No.
Yeah, people do that, don't they?
What do you think, Gina? Do you think it's right?
Well, did you see Osman Khwaja's?
Yeah,
did you see Osman Khwaja's statement on it? Yeah. Well, his statement about like they're still heroes. I was like, I understand because obviously they did their time and they took the punishment, especially like when they came back to England and all of a sudden they have the crowd booing you and everything.
Yeah.
Like it probably isn't a great feeling, especially England of all places. But
yeah,
I think there's an element of truth to it that he'd never really acknowledged it as much as probably Steve Smith did. And yeah, I guess it's a tough one. I think David Warner, still the first thing you think of when you think of David Warner is just gun. But obviously then when you think about him a bit more, you might think, oh yeah, sandpaper scandal. But yeah, I guess it is a tricky one, isn't it?
Sandpaper scandal, had a Barney with Rooty, didn't he, in the bar or whatever?
His best though, he headbutted Johnny Best. Was it headbutted Johnny Best?
There was one with Ben Stokes when he punched someone, and do you remember he was banned for a couple games?
Oh yeah,
yeah, with his pub brawl. I remember that. Gosh,
I think every team's got a Warner though, haven't they?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So
cricket would be a lot less interesting without him. I think. I think we like characters like that. Yeah,
he draws it away from the last few years. His real talent has been to hoover up that abuse. Every cricket ground he went to, like June says in the Ashes, he was just getting pelters.
And Warner could take it, though, can't he?
Warner takes it. I think he thrives on it, doesn't he? He loves
it.
those two deserved it the most, and Bancroft,
Yeah,
because
rightly
they were
so,
the most
yeah.
involved. But it probably
But
helps
Mitch
when you're
Johnson must have been stewing on that for weeks.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
just
he
come
was
out now,
excited. Yeah.
just on a random Sunday evening, just come out and
Well,
sing
He's had
with
a few,
David Warner.
innit? He's
Didn't it
had a
line up
few
with
and
the?
then got on it.
Because I didn't line up with they released the test squad, didn't they?
Is that what it was? Right. Okay.
They have released test squad. They're playing obviously a test in a week or two, aren't they? So I'm assuming it's just
That makes
lined
sense.
it up with the two. So
Yeah, he's getting a farewell in the last test, I think, in the Sydney test. I think I haven't read about it fully, but there's a Pakistan series coming up, the 3-match series coming up starting December the 14th. So he's definitely in the first game. So I think he's going to get a farewell. All the stuff.
Aidan, just
But I think
drop him a
whatever.
message, mate. You
No,
Surely you-
I will do in a minute. Me and him slide into each other's DMs from time to time, but no.
From time to time.
He's a friend of the show, guys. We've got
Friend
to
of the
back him
pod.
up here.
So I'm not going to go
Get
too hard.
He's a
on him.
cheat.
Yeah, I think it shows just kind of like the arrogance of the bloke, where he can go, "I'm going to retire in a year and a half," whereas like people like Cook, Brody kind of went, "Oh, I'm going to do it the next test." I don't mind people doing that, but to go, "Oh yeah, I'm going to be so good that you're not going to drop me for a year and a half, and then I'll go." It's kind of a bit fucking.
But he backed it up. He backed it up, though, didn't he?
That's it,
That's
though,
the
isn't it?
thing.
Who else?
He talks the talk and he backs it up.
Yeah, it's true.
Who do
You
you
want
replace
him
him
in your
with?
team.
Who do you replace him with?
Yeah.
Who comes in for Dave Warner?
I don't know.
They were talking about
That's what Quadra was going on
Quadra.
about, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Who
They're talking
did he
about
say?
Marnus Labuschagne as well, weren't they?
Yeah, Marnus to go up.
Yeah,
That'd be
Marnus to
interesting.
open.
But yeah, I don't know. Labuschagne is not how you say his name, by the way.
It's
I can't remember how
Labuschagne, isn't it?
Labuschagne,
Has
yeah.
it? Well, that's it, wasn't it?
Labuschagne.
We need to call him Labuschagne going
Oh,
forward.
imagine. Just commentators.
I feel so.
Loose
When
bush,
it- when
it's
it-
just
when
loose
it-
bush chain, isn't it? It's loose bush chain.
You feel so highbrow when you pull out Labuschagne.
Labuschagne.
We've got to pull it out there. Just
Isn't it
wanted to
South
give-
African?
Yeah.
South African.
Yeah. It's
Like
proper
most international
Afrikaans.
cricketers seem to be South
Yeah,
African.
all South African, yeah.
He's a nice guy though, isn't he? We don't know him obviously, but he just.
I
seems
met
like
him. He's so nice.
I
met
imagine
him
he'd be a
and
lovely fella.
him and his daughter. Oh, it was so sweet. They were at home and they were so nice. He was so nice to me and he like signed my shirt and everything. Yeah, it was a really nice guy.
Wow.
You can't come on the podcast and be nice to Australians, Regina.
Just dropping name dropping.
sorry.
We're all in name dropping, isn't it?
Sorry. I did meet Steve Smith as well. He was very nice. He was really lovely. He sent me a video. Well, I asked for a video and yeah.
Regina will throw some questions at you if you don't mind, because I think
Okay, no worries.
that's the best thing. That sounds so scary.
That's fine.
It's not exactly Paxman. I think you're fine.
Yeah. I mean, the first one's a nice, easy one. You can you tell everyone who's listening how you kind of got into cricket and how you became an international cricketer?
Yeah, of course. So my dad used to manage the USA cricket team back in 2010, I think it was, because we were living in California because my mum was kind of like born and bred there. So my dad took up that role mostly in California, and then it ended up being the national squad. And I guess being half Kashmiri, so we're like from Kashmir, but most of our families like in Pakistan and stuff like that. From my dad's side, of course, like cricket was, you can't go anywhere without cricket. Like my uncles played it, my dad played it, everyone played it. And I remember he used to travel all the time and like go to all these countries. And I never thought anything of it because I was like 5, so I didn't really think anything that special. And then when we moved back to England, my dad put me and my brother in like a little under-9 cricket team on a Friday night, and I hated it. I thought it was a waste of time. I really like street dance, so I wanted to be a street dancer. I used to do singing lessons. I was like a musical theatre kid. I was like sport ill, but I used to really love sport. Like I used to play all the sports. And I hated it. I used to beg not to go, but my brother was playing it, and I couldn't watch my brother do something that, you know, he bonded with everyone with, and I wasn't doing it. Bear in mind, he's younger than me as well, so I was very competitive. And so when matches and stuff happened, I had to be the first one in there because I had to be picked before him. And I ended up like really enjoying it. Like matches and stuff were really great, and my parents then started coaching. So my mum's a real MVP. She had no clue what cricket was in the country, and then my dad introduced it to her, And she says that watching the West Indies play on TV and seeing people in the hot tubs was how she realised that cricket was the sport to be in.
Yes, that's the dream, isn't it? That's the dream.
Exactly. She's like, one day I'm gonna go. I was like, go for it. So kind of like that whole kind of family exposure to cricket. Like my mum got her level 2, even though she'd literally just got into the sport, and like my dad obviously had that experience. I kind of had to be playing it, and like I played matches, and then was like 10, I trialed for county because they said, why don't you go county trials? I was like, yeah, why not? So I got involved with the county system from then, and I carried on playing boys cricket. I never really played women's cricket until I was about 12. And then I've still played like boys and men's cricket now, but I joined a women's team at like 12 and I loved it. I got to play in the first team straight away and they were really great. And that was like the Southeast Premier League. So I got to like play all these professional players, like playing for the counties, like the county stuff before it was regional stuff. And then like more and more I realized the more and more higher up I was going, I was like, okay, maybe I actually have to start liking the sport now because it's actually kind of getting serious. So I kept on playing and I've kind of stuck in that county system now. I'm kind of in a place in England where like I don't have a spot in the Vipers anymore because there's just like there's no place for me. But also like they're very strict on age, so it's very hard to break through. But that's something for another time. But I was just thinking the only way I'm ever going to get to play international cricket is if I go either to Pakistan, go to America because I have an American passport as well. And Italy was never really on the radar. I was just like, Italy, what? And I was playing a men's match and there was this guy on the other team who was wearing like an Italy shirt and everything. I was like, oh, Italy men. And I knew they played cricket because my dad had gone to Bologna for a tour with the US. And he was speaking to this other guy in Italian because this guy was learning Italian for his best friend's wedding in Italy. And my mum was scoring and they turned around to my mum to say like, sorry for annoying you. And my mum was like, no, it's really nice to hear people speaking Italian because she speaks it herself. And then he said to her, oh, is that your daughter? She said, yes, it is. She said, does she have a passport? She said, yeah, she does. So, does she want to play for the women? And then my mum asked me and I was like, yeah, why not? Let's go try it out. And yeah, that kind of where everything started off from. And I haven't really looked back since. Whether I still enjoy cricket, that's the question. But I think, yeah, I'm obsessed with the game now, so I can't really go back. But yeah,
I think that's a question we all need to answer, isn't it? Do any of us really enjoy it?
You really like it, yeah. But
I
mean,
slave to it.
it's pretty cool. Like it's given me so many opportunities, so I don't think I change it for the world. But I think now is like a time I'm supposed to really take it seriously, and I'm kind of like, oh my goodness, so the overload gets a lot. But I love it. I absolutely love it, and yeah, I wouldn't change it for anything, I guess.
Do you speak Italian?
Good question. No, I don't. I downloaded Duolingo to try, and
Nice.
when I say I can speak Italian, I can like order food, ask where the toilet is, say where I'm from, where my name is, and that's pretty much it. But I'm getting better, like slowly. I think I've learnt more Sinhalese in the past year than Italian, just because the sheer Sinhalese that they speak in the team. But yeah, my granddad was like, "You have to learn it now," and I was like, "Okay, no excuses."
Yeah. So there's no sort of language barrier really between your teammates, like when you're on the field or in training or anything.
No, because I mean there was a slight one because a lot of them only speak Sinhalese, like they don't even speak Italian. But if they speak in Italian, I can understand kind of what they're saying because I spoke Spanish from like a really young age, and then like it's very similar, and I try to respond or I'll respond back in English. But I think there's like so many translators around the team that you just kind of say so. Like if you really don't understand, they just say it to someone, they'll translate it back to you. So
I guess it's fairly universal, isn't it, as well? Like, I mean, how's that?
Yeah,
to throw here.
Yeah, or like, or you know, hit
Not
the subs.
out.
But they have some different things like walking in. You know how we're like, oh, like as bowlers come in, you walk in. They're like, what is it? Oh, it's something completely different. Like run it, like something comes. Oh, I need to think about what it is. But they say something else, and it doesn't make any sense. Or like, oh, backing up when you're backing up the bowler, backing up the wicket when someone throws it in. They're like, cover up, cover up, cover up. Make sure you cover up. And I'm like,
Okay.
You're stood at cover, going.
yeah, cover up. Like, I'm covered. I'm pretty covered. But yeah, they're a bit of a laugh, but they're so nice. There's a slight language barrier, but it's funny. It's all fun and games.
No, what I'd like to hear was how your mum kind of decided that seeing people enjoying the cricket was how she was going to enjoy it. And I'm like a massive thing of like, I'm an absolute cricket badger. I always think there's a role for someone in cricket. So if you weren't playing, what other role would you do?
Oh gosh. I really love like coaching. I've always been involved in coaching like since I was younger, just because they'd always be like, "Oh, Regina, can you come?" Like I don't know how to say no, so like they'd always be like, "Can you come on a Friday?" I'd be like, "Yeah, of course." And coaching. So I did my like coaching qualifications for that. But sometimes it just gets a bit annoying. So I'd probably think, oh, I'd quite like to be an umpire. Why not? Like, I don't know. I think that'd be
Too
really
right.
cool.
There we go.
We need
John,
more umpires.
A JT cricket crash course on umpiring. We can sort that video out, can't we?
I just love to trigger people every Saturday. I
Well,
don't know,
hang
get a
on,
bit
hang on,
nervous.
right. Let's just get this straight. Umpires do not trigger.
They do. Come on.
No,
You just
Some
like it
do.
ruining people's Saturdays.
no.
There's some umpires.
You
There's
upset
some
him now.
umpires. They got their targets.
Uh,
They know. But yeah, probably umpire. I
Just
mean,
hope I'm not umpiring a
my
game
first
that you're in the
job-
content cup. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, umpires. I don't think they hold grudges for over games, but in the match, there's a lot of times that you're batting or whatever, and you give it to the umpire, or you're bowling and you've been giving it to him. When you go out to bat, he's going to put his finger up if it raps your pads because you've been giving it to him for the whole. Because he's been, made some, let's say, dubious decisions or whatever.
I will, to a degree, I'll agree with you on some people.
Ooh.
I would, to a degree, over the years that I've played, but when I umpire, I don't. I'd like to think I don't.
Well, you're a stand-up,
But
sort of.
it depends
sort of
on the
person,
day.
yeah.
I mean, it might be a completely different day on the content cup. I am still umpiring some of the games. So depends on how far we get. If we get to the final, I'll only be doing one game. But yeah. But yeah, no. If you want to umpire, definitely. There's always work. Even if you don't necessarily umpire, I always think if you do some form of the laws and understand them more, then it helps you as a player and a cricketer. So it's definitely helped me as a player. But yeah, I think more people should understand a lot. And in fact, I know by the responses I get on TikTok, but that's a different matter altogether.
TikTok, we got a question from Polly who asked, "What is the best DM you've ever received?"
Oh my gosh.
Obviously, because we know that if you haven't seen Regina's TikToks, you've done a couple of videos, haven't you? Well, I think we'll put a positive spin on this. What's the best in terms of positive vibes you've got? It can be a comment as well. I'll expand it to that. What's the best comment you've got?
Okay, I have to say there's quite a few. They're not creepy, but they're just a bit funny. Like I get some really funny ones that I just, I'm like, one day I'm gonna use that. One day I really am gonna use that. It's giving me ideas. But I think one of the best DMs I ever received was this girl. Oh God, let me find it. I have one that was like that comes to mind. On International Women's Day, I got a message from someone that said, when I think about an empowered woman, no personality comes to mind. For me, you are my superhero. Happy Women's Day. And like that was really sweet and it was really heartwarming. But then they ruined it a little bit by the couple of DMs that they sent afterwards. I was a little bit like, okay, that's a bit awkward. But
Why?
doing so well, and then it just kind of collapsed from there. But yeah, that was really nice. But I also had this little girl. I have it. There's this little girl who replies to my stories quite often, and I ended up replying to her because they were really kind messages. And she messaged me and she said, "Hi, I love your videos. You're a hero and a big inspiration for me. I've been playing girls cricket for 3 years, and my dream is to become a professional cricketer. You're a role model. I now play and train so hard. Your knowledge in cricket is impressive. I love watching and playing." And I just like responded because I thought that was really sweet, and I was like, oh, like that's something I've always wanted to do. So I was like getting that, like, because it was the first one I'd ever really proper got. I was like, oh wow, that actually like that made me feel really warm inside, and it was like I remember that, so I screenshotted that and like kept it. But I have to say that there's some really positive DMs. Like you get so many really nice ones being like, oh, like well done on this, well done on that, and like I think mostly it was like about progression, because I think like I've had a bit of a progress story in terms of cricket, like progression of how it's gone. I think that was really encouraging. But I think, to be fair, all DMs are just so funny. I love it. I love it. I love going into my request and having a look and seeing what I get. It's like a little mystery prize every single time. So yeah.
Well, we had a discussion, didn't we, after that Australian video, and obviously all the DMs that were coming in, and it was a bit wild, wasn't it? Yeah, for me.
For you, yeah.
Obviously poking the bear, but do you think that the negative comments and DMs outweigh the positive ones? Sorry to bring a downer on this part of it, but
no, I 100%. I mean, when I played my first ECN tournament, I think the amount of comments and DMs I got were awful, because I literally just got back into bowling. I just came back from injury, and like my action was terrible. Like, I completely agree with it. And like everything, I wasn't a very confident person when that first kind of started, and I remember it kind of went viral on Facebook. And I remember after that tournament, like literally like coming home and crying about it, because I was like, the negative comments were so much. And I always have been someone that's like, I don't really care what people say, but like generally for the first time ever, I'd taken it to heart, because it felt very personal, and it felt like, I don't know, I had to better myself in so many ways. And like I just still don't watch any of it back, because it just like, I don't know, brings back bad memories a little bit about it, and like the comments and stuff. And I think like, especially being a woman being a woman and like quite a male dominated sport, like you feel underestimated anyway sometimes because of some things that people say. But I think you feel even more underestimated because some men still don't, like, they still think least of you. So they're like, oh, you're just a woman, you don't know what we're talking about. But there are a lot of negative comments, but because they're so repetitive, and like I've kind of now mentally prepared myself for it. Like, okay, someone's gonna hate it, like someone's not gonna like it, and someone's just gonna have something to say about it. And like, okay, let them say it, like whatever, it is what it is. And like when you get a positive one, that's why it feels so nice, because you're like, oh, you know, you've shined out a little bit, and it feels really nice about it. But yeah, I guess the negative, there are definitely a lot more, but you just kind of figure out like it's not to take it to heart. And would they say that to your face? Probably not. So
yeah,
that's
it's tragic that you have to have that approach, though. It's you know, like the negative DMs I get are like that bowling machine's crap. You know, like why is it spitting out like 2 mile an hour, whatever. You know, it's like it's never that personal.
Yeah.
I don't know about everyone else, but it's like the DMs. It's never my gender never comes into it. Like, but obviously, like you say, as a woman on the internet, that's obviously the first thing people jump to, and it's awful that you have to have that kind of thick skin attitude.
I mean, I think that only like, yeah. I mean, it's kind of sad to kind of see it, and I'm sure it's pretty much the same for like quite a lot of the women that are in the same situation, because like putting yourself out there already takes quite a lot, and like already I'm very so like like as soon as it started like building a little bit, I was already very self-conscious about the people around me that knew me, because I was a bit like, oh, am I embarrassed? I don't know. I was on that level of like embarrassment or like excitement. But then like you go further than that, and you realize like some random person, just they don't know who I am. They've never seen me play cricket. They've never been involved in any of like my journey, and they're sitting there saying things about you. Like at first, you're sitting there being like, this is how people perceive me, and that gets really, it makes you really self-conscious. But now I'm just like, okay, that person perceives me like that, and oh well.
Yeah, they've watched the video, I guess.
Yeah.
They've watched the video and felt like
Like,
they had to comment.
Thank you for the view. And like they still, or like I'll get a hate comment, and I'll be like, I'll look on their profile, and it says follow back, and I'm like, okay,
absolutely
what was
not.
the point of that?
Yeah. Brilliant.
I think it's always the one who's like, they've got no profile picture, no username.
Oh yeah.
So why
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
to me, it's like, if someone like your position now, you're so much braver than those people who have got like, who don't put themselves out there. Like at least you're there trying to share your story, trying to inspire someone, and someone with no face, like profile picture, no username, feels like they have to try and drag you down. And I just, to me, that doesn't compute in my head. Like you said, you wouldn't say that out in the world.
No, you wouldn't.
They-
You
they
wouldn't.
put it
I
live.
bet you wouldn't come up to me and say it. Yeah. So it was a bit stupid. Like, and not just that. Like with the half Asian side that I do have, it's very stereotypical, and like I'm Muslim myself. So there was a couple of DMs that I got, like being like, "You should be ashamed of yourself. Like this isn't proper like Islamic behavior, etc." And I'm kind of sat there being like, at the end of the day, first of all, my religion has nothing to do with you, but also like. I know I'm not a disgrace to my parents. I know I'm not this. I know I'm not that. Like, it's so extreme. I'm thinking, yeah, if I was really a disgrace to my parents, I'm sure they wouldn't be supporting me in all of this or whatnot. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. And you kind of sit there being like, you're taking it to that level. You're so salty. You're taking it to that level to like come at me for such personal business. It just doesn't make any sense in my head. But hey, you know what? The views are. It helps the views. The sharing.
The views are there, indeed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Let's line it up a bit, Regina. Talk us through your 3 for 8 versus Turkey.
Oh, that
because that is incredible.
Well, yeah. Again, I don't know how to explain
Don't say
it.
you don't remember.
No, I do remember it. I remember it quite well. It was our last game, and we knew that we had to beat Turkey to qualify for the Division 1 qualifiers. And if I'm really honest, I went into that game thinking I want to get 7 wickets today. Like that was really my thought process.
Nice.
Because like in the nicest way possible, Turkey hadn't been the greatest team in the tournament. But we knew we had to beat them to win. So I just went out with that I'm gonna kill it today attitude. And I got to open the bowling because they were like, we just want to try something out. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So I got to open the bowling, and to be fair, every single ball I think I just tried something new, and like I tried a carrom ball because I started working on. So after the ECN tournament, I started working on my action a lot because I got really self-conscious about it, and there was like an issue that I would have been called out for it because my arm wasn't the straightest, but we fixed it and it's all legal now. So I was like, that match I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna throw out whatever I can, like to help out with my variations. And then I got it, and it kind of worked out. And it was a bit annoying at times because I couldn't like get it through. And Turkey, bless them, they put up a really, really good fight. There was a lady, she got 30 runs, which has been the highest score that like one of the players have gotten all tournament. She got like a proper standing ovation as she walked off. You like genuinely thought she would have got 100 that day, and you kind of sit there and you're like, that's the celebration of cricket. Like I love playing these tournaments because you realize how excited people are to be there. So yeah, 3 for 8. I came off and I was actually really upset about it because I was like, I wasn't halfway through, but I'll take it. You know what? International figures are 3 for 8. I will take it. It's decent. It's all right.
I mean, that was good. Like best figures internationally 3 for 8. I mean, that was good. You can't be that disappointed.
It is good. I mean, I think I wanted to test myself a bit more against like better nations like Scotland and like the Netherlands, because obviously they're higher teams, and like Scotland, for example, like most of Scottish team, I actually knew them because I played them in England. And so you go over and you see them like, what are you doing here? I didn't know you had a Scottish passport. Like, what are you doing here? I didn't know you were Italian. It's like, well, I guess that makes 2 of us. Like Chloe Abel from Scotland. I had no clue she was Scottish because she has the thickest Australian accent. You never know. So she's just saying against you all of a sudden. So I think like that was more challenging for me because that was kind of the level I knew that I was at, but obviously still at like the lower level stuff to perform. So yeah, I'm just glad I was able to do it and like have that like under my name a little bit.
Oh, if I'd taken 3 for 8, I won't shut up about it for weeks.
That is pretty cool. It's because I have the one up on my brother now. So my brother plays a high level cricket in England, and he's always been known as the cricketer in our family. But as soon as that all started happening, I turned around to him and I went, "Where's your international figures? Where's your international?" I finally got to beat him. So that was it's a bit of a joke in our family about it.
So how does the tournament? Sorry, Aidan. How does the tournament work? Because you're going to like you've qualified from the Division 2 qualifiers, so do you now go into the Division 1 qualifiers, and then the top 2 teams like go on to the T20 World Cup? Is that how it works?
So so we played the Div 2 qualifiers in June. And then the top 2 from that went up to Division 1. France won our group, which was ridiculous because we beat France, but hey, it's okay. They beat Jersey and we didn't, so I think that's where it went wrong. But we got through to the Division 1 ones, and we played France, Scotland, the Netherlands in September. We beat France twice, which was great, and then we lost against the Netherlands and Scotland, which ultimately I kind of had a feeling it might happen, but the experience was great. And then from there, Scotland and Netherlands have now gone to the Global World Cup qualifiers, which they're debating where it's going to be at the moment. And then the top 2 from that, I think, get the spots in the World Cup. Cup. Yeah. So it was, because it's only the European one. I think they've changed it now, so it's divided into all the continents, and they can put a big global one because there's so many more associate nations now. But yeah, it was a cool experience, and I wouldn't change it for the world. It's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing in like World Cup qualifiers. That's not many people can say they've done that, can they? Right?
If I actually have it, I can show you. Actually, I have the medal. I have the medal.
Oh. The first bit of silverware on the Cricket Casual podcast.
I have to say, this is the coolest thing ever, because I went back to my cricket club and I showed everyone this because I was like, wow, look at what I have. So I had the medal from the Division 2 qualifiers. I don't know if you can see because it is really reflective, but it's got like the actual like ICC branding and stuff.
Oh wow,
nice, yeah.
Take notes, JT. Take notes from me.
That looks like a World Cup silver medal to me, Regina. That's what I'd be spinning that off as.
Pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I have to say, like, it went everywhere with me. I showed everyone.
Tottenham Hotspur fans who are listening. That's what a bit of silverware looks like.
Oh,
there you go. Sorry, much for going into football.
You mentioned Tottenham in a bad way, so that's cool.
Is that good? So of all these, so you've obviously mentioned you've played against some big names and obviously international tournaments as well. Albie Sharrock on Instagram asks, who is the most aesthetically pleasing batter you've seen?
Okay, so played against probably like Stair Callis. She plays for the Netherlands, and I've played against her twice now. And I love watching her back. She's just so like positive. Like, obviously I know every batsman needs, but she's just so positive in her batting, and she just makes it look easy. Like, I remember the first time I played her, I was not intimidated because I was young. Well, I say young, like it was actually earlier this year, but I was really like tenacious. I was like, yeah, and like I'm gonna kill it. And then I watched her bat and I was like, oh, she's actually really good. And I remember in like our last game that we played against the Netherlands, she reverse swept me twice, and I nearly went crying on the cow corner boundary because I was so angry. Like, I think getting to play against her was really cool, and she's so nice as well, and she plays professional cricket in England. She plays for the Northern Diamonds, and she played in the 100 and stuff like that. So it's cool to like get to say that, you know, I got to like kind of build that slight relationship with her, like to the point where she recognized you, and then also like get to watch her bat. It's kind of inspirational to see like how well she's doing. I think as well, watching Sarah Bryce bat for Scotland, I mean, obviously she's a brilliant player in England, but then getting to watch her play, like, you know, how she did against us, she scored a 50 against us with ease, and she's so like technically correct. It's really nice to get to watch her bat. So yeah, probably those two, I have to say. Yeah, I think they were definitely up there. Like, I came home and I turned around to my dad and I went, wow, that was pretty cool. Yeah.
How would you describe your batting style then?
Okay, so when I was younger, I used to bat time. Like, to be fair, I had no concept of running, like runs. I think
nothing wrong with that.
I've got no concept of running anyway, so sorry, that's a different.
When I was like 12 and I played my first men's match, I was 12, so it's a little while ago. But I think I scored 28 runs off of 40 overs. I was that much of a. I was that much. It was it was a long day, I have to say.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah,
that's up there with my strike rate, so it's fine. You're in good company. Let's put it like that.
It was just I had such a fear of getting out because I was really scared if I get out, like, I don't know, I don't know. There was just that. Oh, I think it's everyone. They're scared of getting out, and I always had that fear, but I ended up getting out anyway. So I don't really know what the point of that was. I think this year was the first year it probably turned a bit more tenacious. I think I've always been technically very correct because my coach is very harsh on like technique and stuff like that. My dad drilled it into me when I was like 10. I'd be standing outside playing like cover drives for like an hour, and they'd be like, right, now let's go play. Let's play an on drive. Like, it's like, okay, right, let's play an on drive. Which was useful because now I can play with my eyes shut. But I think now it's slightly more aggressive, but I definitely think I enjoyed longer formats just because I enjoyed batting time. Like when I play for my women's club, I normally tend to go 3 because I'm able to kind of withstand that position, and now I can score runs at a normal rate instead of sitting there at like 1 run per 20 balls. But yeah, I guess that's what I describe it as. Yeah.
No, that's good to know when we're planning our draft picks for
Oh, I see.
next year's.
God, okay, insider information.
Yeah.
So
Got it.
obviously,
This is what all these are about. These podcasts. We're just sussing
they're
out
scouting
our.
missions.
Yeah, exactly.
So leading on from that, and I think I'm going to ask this to every guest we have on: who is your favourite cricket content creator?
Oh, don't do this to me. It's really evil.
That's right.
I've already had to make an apology video to Psych. Oh God, this is hard. Okay, when I was younger, obviously Dan Jazz, like being who he is, I'd seen his content everywhere, and like I've seen the cricket channel since it started. But I also used to play Dan quite a lot because we play in the same league in Sussex. So I always used to see him, and I was like, oh, one day I'm gonna be a and then he followed me on Instagram yesterday, which is pretty cool actually. So so he's definitely up there. I think I always found Oscar Hudd's videos really funny because I was like, oh, he's the same age as me, so I was like, oh, that's so cool. If he can do it, I can do it too. So yeah. I say Cricket Casuals is definitely up there.
There
we go.
And that's the end of the podcast. Well
That felt like a really horrible pitch.
Yeah.
Like, given me like so many YouTube videos on content stuff like that. I think you guys I'm so grateful to you guys because I don't think I would have that boost without like any of you. So I'm really, really appreciative of that. And like as I get to know you guys are really nice and you guys have been kind. So definitely up there.
Just remember that when you're bowling against us next year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're going to
Wides
celebrate when
against
you
us,
bowled me for a duck or something.
I would never worry you off. Well. But then yeah, Cricket District as well because I've done quite a lot. Like I've met Toby quite a lot, and like the localities from Eastbourne, so got to say we know each other quite well. No, I'm joking. But yeah, I think all of you guys are awesome, and then I have to put them in Sank, Yash, and Akash. If I don't mention them, they're gonna get really mad at me. So they were like some of my first friends on TikTok. So,
I've got to admit, I was waiting for them.
Yeah. Shall we just go through the group chat?
Yeah.
Just make sure we haven't missed anyone out.
Let me just look. Yeah.
Someone will give you a DM. You've not mentioned me.
Oh yeah, Polly. I have to mention Polly. Yeah, Polly's great. Oh, I love Polly. I adore Polly. Polly's great. She made a friend for life there. So yeah.
Good. That's what it's all about, isn't it? And that's what we kind of hope the competition is. We kind of saw this opportunity of no one had done a tournament together. People had done days like Gareth Can You Cricket had done his creator day.
Yeah.
But actually, me planning all this, there's so many content creators out there who do their own kind of thing, and to not have that all together and like capitalize on that, everyone has that shared love for cricket, don't they?
Yeah.
So to get all that together and like drive everyone towards one goal of like inspiring people and actually getting to know like other creators, I think that's going to be a really, really fun thing. Because
100%. Like I think it's just getting to know everyone. Like it has been so nice because obviously like when you get a follow back from like a massive, well, obviously I know you guys are a big establishment here, so you guys knew all of them already. But like when I first started getting like followed back and stuff by like big time creators, like just messaging them and being like, oh my God, I love your content. Like this is so crazy, and they'd be like, oh, thank you so much. Like it was so cool for me, and like Tom Robbo, like he messaged me the other day and we were talking. I asked him for help with a video, and he like messaged me. He was like, "Oh, do you want to do my cricketer of the day?" I was like, "No way, you're asking me?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, I'd love to." So he's
That's
just,
cool.
like, need to like fix this up and like do it properly. And, yeah, it was so cool.
No, it's good, but we're looking forward to meeting you actually in person.
Yeah,
Hopefully
I
at the
am
draft
too.
next year, and like I said, you might get our first draft pick. We're all saying you're going to bowl us. We never know. We're going to have a sit down and a proper meeting.
No, I'm
know,
excited to meet you guys too. It's so cool. Like honestly, like how quick it happened, and then like getting to like kind of be involved with it all. It's so crazy, and yeah, I'm very grateful for the opportunity. But I also appreciate you guys because you guys definitely helped boost my content quite a bit. So yeah, thank you.
fully deserved, Regina.
Yeah,
fully
yeah,
deserved.
definitely.
We still got to announce all the players. Regina, you had yours last week, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
It was very
Got-
exciting.
Very good to announce. Did you enjoy your the music we put on it?
Oh, I loved it. If you don't know me, I love Harry Styles, so it was great.
You have to pick that as your walkout music now. That's what I've been telling everyone.
Okay, all right,
TikTok
deal.
announcement feel that is what you got to do. But I think we have
Copyright pending. Copyright pending.
Yeah, copyright pending.
Yeah,
indeed.
of course. Yeah, of course.
It is quiz time. Adam, seems you lost last week.
Yeah, a rare loss for me.
I expect to be doing the quiz next time now.
It was disappointing, but it has given me a chance to get into my much loved statistics. So this is all from the Women's International T20 World Cup, which has gone this year in South Africa. So there's a few categories. What we're going to do, we're going to do most runs. So most runs over the whole tournament. Then there's most wickets over the whole tournament. So each of you are going to have 2 goes at that, naming those ladies. If they're in, if you pick a name that's in there, then you get a point. If you don't, you're out. And we'll go until you're all out.
I will just preface this. Can I just preface this? It's going to show a massive hole in my cricket knowledge. I am trying to get better at ladies' cricket and women's cricket, but it's going to show a massive.
The reason I am doing this quiz for my topic is because I can exploit you all.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
For that very reason.
I've just before we get into this cricket casual trip, I know we said a lot last year. I'm not going to go to a 100 game, but I'll quite happily go to a women's international.
There you go.
If anyone wants to give us tickets,
come to home. Yes, of course.
Here
I'll
we
see if I
go.
can get you tickets at home.
Incredible.
Yeah, why not?
That'd be amazing.
I didn't mean to sound. Regina, get me tickets. Thank you.
That was outrageous.
I think international tickets at home can be arranged. So I'll let you know about that one.
That was
Thank you
barely
so much.
subtle.
That's why we get guests on. Anyway.
So we'll go through most runs, most wickets. Like I say, you each get 2 goes each, and then we're going to have you each going to have a guess at the highest score in an innings, the most dot balls in an innings, and I've got a few more categories as well. Which will just be closest to
I can just see Mott's at the moment.
So we'll start with the most runs in the Women's T20 World Cup from this year. So let me bring my screen up. We'll let Regina go first as the guest. Pick a name.
I know who had them. Laura Wolfhart.
Yes, that's one. 1 point to Regina.
Laura Wolfhart. Shafali Verma.
No, he's not there.
Okay.
So you are unfortunately out.
The door is open.
You got 1 point. Mott, you're next on my screen.
Raj, Charlie Raj.
No, very not. So you are out.
That's all right. At least I went for a good name.
Let's go, JT. You're next on my screen.
So what was it? It was runs, wasn't it?
Yeah, most runs in the tournament.
I'm going to go Heather Knight.
No.
Oh, cool.
Mainly because she's associated with Woodall. That's the only reason why.
Nice.
She's good, yeah.
Go on, Aidan. Chance to get a point here.
Does Harmanpreet Kaur still play?
She still plays, but she's not part of the list.
Well, this
Yeah,
this
so-
went well.
All right. I'm going to give you all another go because that was horrendous.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
You just okay.
let's go
I'm trying
backwards,
to-
backwards order this time. Aidan, have another crack.
Right. My banker was going to be Tammy Beaumont.
No.
Mm.
No,
She
sorry.
didn't score runs in that. I remember she didn't do well in that tournament. I don't think. Then she come on in
No.
the next series.
She's really in the
Anyway.
Ashes, but not in the
Yeah.
the World Cup.
Okay,
JT,
I've got a couple.
He's got one.
Um,
JT, you go.
Brain just went blank. No, I'm gonna have to skip because I can't think of one at the moment.
Some really big names. Think of Australians.
No,
Come on,
Oh,
give it
All
away.
my brain's just gone blank tonight.
All right, skip.
Yeah.
Mutz, go on. Chance to catch a point.
Elise Perry, come on.
Uh,
No,
I can
fucking
see it on
no.
your faces and that.
what?
no.
Okay, can I go again?
Who played in
another
this
one.
World Cup? Yeah.
I think I know. I think I know who's going to be on this now. I think.
Go on,
I know.
Virginia. You get one more go.
Okay. Beth Mooney.
Yes.
Yeah, she scored.
Okay.
See,
Go on,
I
I'm
can
gonna go
remember
back down the
batting
line.
styles. I can't remember names. I'm not
I'm
good
gonna
with
go
Do you
names.
back
want-
but I
down.
can
I'm
remember.
gonna go back down the line once more because Virginia's on 2 points down. She's in danger, just running away with this whole thing.
Okay.
Elisa, is it? Oh, sorry, to me.
No, yeah, Mutz, you go.
Elisa Healy.
Yes.
Healy.
Yeah, she's on there. JT.
No, again, I'm sorry, I'm blanking.
Get
today.
crick info up, mate.
Right.
I'm
Jesus,
trying
come on.
to.
Aidan, get on. Can you get on board?
Is I don't know whether my women's cricket knowledge is like 5 years out of date, but Meg Lanning.
Yes, she's on there. Secures himself a point. Very nice.
Do I go again?
No, you
Going
cheat.
back down the line. What's going on? I'm on a roll now.
No. Sorry, that was your one guess. So Virginia's on 2, Mutt's on 1, Aidan on 1, JT is on 0, unfortunately. So now same format, but most wickets.
Can we
so-
check? Was Danny Wyatt on there, please?
No, she
That's
was
gonna
not.
be- Oh, fuck it.
Oh.
Never mind.
Was Hayley Matthews on that?
Yes, she was. Yeah.
Can we just have the full list, please, so we can, the people at home who are playing.
Okay, I'll give you the full list. So Laura Woolvart, top of the list, 230. Nat Skiverbrunt,
Come on, we should have got that one.
Beth Mooney, Alyssa Healy, Tasmin Brits,
Oh, South
Shmurti-
Africa, yeah.
Shmurti Mandana,
Oh.
Meg Lanning, Susie Bates, Rika Ghosh, and Hayley Matthews on the list of most runs.
There you go.
Meg Lanning was the one I was going to say.
Yeah, some big names on there.
Mhm.
So most wickets. We're going into the bowling now. So same format. I'm going to go in reverse order this time. So we'll start with Aidan. Again, most wickets across the entire tournament. If that makes a difference.
I mean, my obvious guess. Nah, I'm gonna stick my favourite TikTok star, Lauren Bell, please.
No.
No, she's let me down.
JT.
I'm gonna go. Oh, blooming heck! Elise Perry.
No.
Oh.
No. Mutz.
I cannot remember her name. The spin bowler, the leg split for England. I cannot remember her name. I can see what her face looks like and everything. What is her name?
I'm on. Just done a video with Cricket District. Should know this, Mutz. Come on.
No, not her.
Oh, you're not on
One
about.
I was
Oh,
thinking
right.
of. No,
You're on about the other
her.
one?
Oh, the off spinner.
Yeah, it's the off spinner. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
she's got like a, I don't know. Oh,
Well,
mate,
Mus-
right, okay. So I
Mus
need
is
to
gonna-
give you a name, don't I?
Yeah.
Dar from Pakistan. Nadia Dar or something like that. Dar.
No. Not on there. Unlucky. Regina.
You're looking for Sophie Eccleston, aren't you?
That's
Yes.
Yeah.
That is cruel. That is cruel.
Cricket's cruel.
Go on, Regina, go again. Then we go back down the line. Second guess
Okay.
time.
Shabnan Ishmael.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ismail. Yeah.
Yep.
Boy,
thought
she's
so.
dangerous, isn't she? See her
Yeah,
when she runs in. Boy, she's not very. Have you seen her play? She's quite short up here.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is. She's
Yeah.
feisty. Yeah.
Mate, she looks like she's gonna knock your head off. I've got one. Shoot,
Come on.
shoot,
Yeah.
shoot, shoot.
Yeah.
shoot.
Megan Shoot, she's
Yeah.
on that. JT?
Kate Cross.
No, afraid not. Aiden?
Oh, can I have Sarah Glenn, please?
Yes, you can.
Oh, I should have got.
So at the end of that
Sarah
round.
Glenn was in the Crick Info video, wasn't she? Was
Yeah.
that-
I would have had 2
Oh,
points as
mate.
well, but I stupidly went for Lauren Bell over Eccleston.
Yeah.
Idiot boy.
So Regina's on 4, Much is on 2, Aiden is also on 2, and JT is on 0.
Yeah, okay.
So now we come to the closest to the pin. So highest
It's all right,
score,
JT. You're coming back, mate.
I know.
Back.
I know
Come
what this
back.
was.
the highest score in a single innings in the World Cup. I don't need who, I need how many.
Oh.
So the
What,
closest
in this last World Cup or in any World Cup?
No, in the last World Cup, this is all about the 2023 T20 World Cup. So what was the highest individual score?
Are we going to write these down and show you? Because I remember last time we did this last series, everyone just went one better or one below first.
Yeah, that's probably fair. If you got a pen and paper,
I haven't
or
got
left on your
anything to
phone.
write down on, but I've got a number.
Okay. As long
And
as you can obey
I
that.
will be
All right,
honest, I'm an
Dan.
umpire, remember?
Okay.
I'll write it on my notes app. I'll write up my notes app.
Probably. Yeah.
I ain't got a pen.
I'm going with it. I'm taking an absolute punt.
Just the total, not the whole.
Just the
wickets.
total. No, just the total. Just
What individual total?
yeah, the highest individual score
okay,
in
sorry.
innings.
Oh, whoops.
I'll give you a second to
This is-
amend your answer.
I have got a score.
Have
Trying
you
to
got
see
an
if I have.
answer?
Try to see if I have a better pen than a highlighter.
Do you want my answer?
Yeah, go on, John.
I am going for, and I'll show you. There, if you'll show 102, it won't show on there. Probably.
Oh,
Okay. Aiden, 102.
102.
Okay.
I
Mutz,
had 198 written down, but
87.
7. Regina.
102.
Oh, so that is a point shared between the three of you. Mutz is wrong, I'm afraid.
102.
102.
Who scored it?
Maniba Al Siddiqui from Pakistan. Yeah.
Oh, come on. She's got my surname and I didn't know that. She's got the same surname as me. And I
how
didn't know
the
that. It's
how the
terrible, isn't it?
hell have we all got 3 of us?
Well,
got the highest
Google's
individual score, but none of
Google's
us can
scary,
name
innit?
it. It's so stupid.
You all cheated,
I-
did you?
I would be asking the same question, Aiden, to be honest. How you all managed to pull out the same number?
Yeah, we're WhatsApping each other on the slide.
You are, aren't you? There's something going on. Something fishy.
All right. The next one is most dot balls bowled in the tournament
Ew.
by one player.
Right, okay.
So I need a
Not
number.
in a game across the
Not in a
whole
game,
tournament.
Oh, you want the number,
The number, yeah.
not the bowler.
No. The most dot balls bowled by an individual player across the whole tournament.
Consecutively or
No, just dots, cumulative
game
dots.
now.
That's not what I wanted.
at the last World Cup, yeah?
Yeah. This is again. This is all the 2023 Women's World Cup.
Yeah.
They
Are you
played
trying
quite.
to buy time while you're looking up Crick Info? right?
No. I've
I
got.
don't
an
know.
answer.
Actually, no. How many would it be? Like,
Yeah.
I think they're bowling 4. No, it can't be that many.
I
I've
don't
changed my
think it's that
number.
many. Either.
I've changed my number.
I love this stat. This is one of my favorite stats.
So
Just counting
the
dot balls.
question is, how many dot balls
Balls.
Cumulative.
someone score?
No.
How many
yeah.
how many
How many-
dot balls has a bowler bowled throughout the tournament?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
cumulatively,
cool.
your total number of dots bowled.
I think it was 24 balls per game.
Mm.
Like how many? I think my number's actually too high. I don't even know.
I've got a number. I'm sticking with it now. I went a bit higher and I've gone a bit. I've just knocked it down a little bit.
Has everybody got one?
Yeah.
Come on then, John, give us yours.
56.
Okay. Regina.
32.
Okay. Aiden.
37.
I've gone 32 as well.
Ooh.
Wow.
The winner is John there. John gets a point. Although he's still way off. It was 78.
I was going to go
Wow.
higher. To be fair,
Wow.
I had 60 odd at one point.
That's
it was-
impressive.
That's
It was
so
Darcy.
good. Who?
It was Darcy Brown from Australia.
Oh,
Oh,
from
wow.
Australia. Oh,
Just
wow.
dots. Ishmael was second with 72. Sophie
Oh,
Eccleston was third with 67.
wow. Hey, I'm getting
so
some
yeah,
points.
so-
See, who knew I could
coming
guess
back.
the way to some points?
Adam,
coming
you are
back.
smashing us to pieces here.
Mm.
You are absolutely, yeah.
What can I say? I love my stats. So, let me need to move the screen to the other side. So the now I want you to give me a number for the largest margin of victory in terms of runs in a single game. So the biggest winning run margin.
I've got a number. I've got a number. Probably not the right number, but it's a number. I thought I'd better put
Which is a
something because
number?
everybody's thinking, and on an audio podcast, it's not probably the best thing.
It's all right, man. I'll cut this out. I was thinking Steve's like that when I do the edits.
Right, I've done it.
Has everybody got one?
Yeah.
All right, much
Yeah.
you go first.
140.
Ooh.
140.
Yeah.
Okay. Aidan.
I clearly undersold it. 117.
Oh,
Okay.
No.
Regina.
I don't.
I put 97.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Okay, I think I've
Okay.
undersold mine then.
JT.
72.
I can tell you that Aidan has got it with 117 because it was 114,
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
and it was England versus Pakistan,
Oh
Wow.
yeah, I remember this game.
won by 114 runs.
Oh wow.
So there you go. Now the next one should be a fairly easy point. It's what's the biggest victory margin in terms of wickets? Put a number down.
10. Oh, sorry.
Get it down.
Shouldn't take you all too long. Everybody got a number?
Yeah.
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 I lost my note, but yeah.
Regina?
10.
10?
Oh,
Anybody not 10?
No.
no.
Right, point each.
That would have been the greatest ploy of all time ago.
Yeah, it would be something like
It's actually 9.
To be fair, if we all went 10, we'd still get a point, wouldn't we? We're
If
all
only the stats allowed. So going into this, we have Regina on 6, Aidan is on 5,
Oh,
and JT and Nuts are both on 3.
Oh.
What to play for?
So there's 2 questions left. So I want you to give me the highest individual innings score from a team. So the highest team score.
got highest team score.
Basically.
Okay. I'm guessing it's from that England game, but that you mentioned, so I think that's going to be cool. I've got. I'll just start a new note.
Cool. I've got a number.
Yeah, I've got a number.
Yeah.
Just a random number.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Come on,
why
Gina.
not?
You're up first. What did you put?
I've put 165.
Okie dokie. John?
I've got 214.
Okay. Aidan?
198.
Mutz?
187.
John takes the point. 240. It
Oh,
was
I
actually
know.
200. It was 213.
Ah,
Oh.
Which is astonishingly close.
I just thought because of
I'll
the
do another
England the
quiz.
win gap, I thought that's going to be a decent amount. So
Yeah.
One round
Well,
left.
Last question.
is Mutt's on the line to do the next quiz now?
Mutz is
Double points.
potentially on the line to do the next quiz.
Double points? No.
Do you want to double points?
Triple points. Yeah, triple points.
Triple
Double
points.
points. Double
Oh.
points. Yeah. whatever you want.
It's like next goal wins in football when you're
Well,
getting
let's do-
Yeah,
slashed.
come on.
Next goal
That's
wins.
what we need.
Yeah, I'll do it.
All right, we'll do double points. Do double points.
If I lose this
Um,
now, I'm blaming the
so-
double pointers.
So I want the most runs scored in a match.
Oh, what
Total
combined
from both
then?
teams. Yeah. So the highest combined run total for both teams in one game.
Can't be that other one, can it? That's. Oh, that's going to be difficult, I think.
Is it?
Right, I'm going.
Okay, I got one. I've got a number.
Yeah,
Just
I've got a
random
number. I've got a number.
Yeah.
What number is it?
Got to be
Go on then, Mutz,
high,
give me a number.
fairly high scoring, close one.
365.
Ooh,
Okay. John?
3-4-2.
You're gonna win, John. You just jam me like that.
Aidan?
367.
You just made that up. Show me your numbers.
No, look,
Regina?
340.
340. Regina takes a point with 340. It was actually 339.
Oh,
Which game was it?
It was Australia versus India in the semi-final.
oh.
Well, I'm doing a quiz again.
Well, it's only your second one you've done, Mutt, so.
Well done, Regina, on the win.
Regina wins the quiz, which feels right.
I'm like Nigel Farage on I'm a Celebrity. I just want airtime. Sorry.
Now then, ladies and gents, boys and girls, so thank you again, Regina, for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you for coming on and obviously being part of the Content Cup, which was obviously the announcement was released a week or so ago, I think. I lose track of time now. But we also want to thank our sponsors, Serious Cricket and Just Initials, for sponsoring this podcast. Obviously, Serious Cricket do amazing array of cricket gear, and Just Initials supply all your cricket stickers, bat stickers, and sport equipment stickers. So thank you to them. Unlucky to Mutz for losing the quiz. Congrats to Regina for winning the quiz. And I think that's all. All our information and socials are below, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you all.